Hey guys, it's Bailey from Making Up the Midwest, and this is going to be a short little video showing you how I do my bronzer, contour, highlight routine using products only from the drugstore. I don't do all of these steps every day. Sometimes I'll leave the highlight, I won't bronze, I will leave out the contour bronze instead. It just depends on the day, but if I'm going out, I want a fully sculpted look. This is what I'll do, and it's very quick, simple, and easy, so let's get started. So first I like to start with an overall bronzer, and that's to put some warmth and dimension back into my face that my foundation might have taken away, especially if it was more full coverage. This is City Colors Blush Bronzer in Waikiki, and I'm using a fluffy all-over face brush. This one's by Crown, which, while it isn't a drugstore brush, is very affordable. And I'm placing that on my temples, in my cheek area, just very broadly placing there, and as well as underneath my jawbone and kind of down my neck to help it blend well. So here you can see the difference between the bronze side and the pre-bronze side, and you might notice that it added a little bit of warmth, again that same dimension, but it didn't define any of my facial features, which is what contouring is for. Here I am using the Real Techniques contour brush and the Rimmel Natural Bronzer in the shade Sunlight. It's a matte bronzer, which I prefer from a contour powder because it's supposed to recreate the look of a natural shadow, something that's hard to do when you have a lot of shimmer in your bronzer or contour powder. I apply my contour in the natural hollows of my cheeks, but if you find that you're having trouble finding where that is for you, make the fish face you saw me making earlier, and where your cheeks naturally suck in is where you should contour. There are a few ways to go about it, but that's just the fastest and easiest that I have found. This is also a good time to define your nose, running that contour powder down the sides to make it appear more narrow. And here you can see the difference between a contour cheek and a lightly bronzed cheek. The differences are really subtle, but just slightly more defined. Alright, so at this point is when I will apply my blush. In this video I'm using Wet n Wild's Pearlescent Pink, which is pretty much my go-to drugstore brush, and I'm going back to using that fluffy Crown brush, and I'm just squeezing that together, so making it slightly more narrow, and I'm applying that right above where I put my contour. That's what I use as my guide. Now the last step is highlighting, and in this tutorial I'm using Wet n Wild's Color Icon Bronzer in the shade Reserve Your Cabana. It's very light despite being called a bronzer, and I'm using my Real Techniques contour brush to apply that further up on my cheekbone right above my blush. Again, I use that as a guide, as well as down the bridge of my nose to highlight it and make it appear more narrow, and the Cupid's bow right above my lips to make those look a little fuller as well. So that's it for what was hopefully an easy and affordable face routine. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!